Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Critical Hitz Podcast, episode 29. My name is Pokey Scout.
I'm Genelite Gaming, and this
And
is
this
Critical
is Critical
Hit!
Hitz.
That's so
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are having an absolutely wonderful day. Obviously, you guys can tell that the background is a little bit different. I am currently traveling. Genelak is still in his wonderful abode, but ladies and gentlemen, that will not stop us from putting out some fire content for you guys this week because there are plenty of topics for us to cover and discuss, and a lot of them spicy, every single one of them. But
Yeah, it's a spicy
as
episode
we did
today.
with
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But as we did with the previous episode, we are going to start out this episode with a similar style. We do have some questions that we have amassed from followers across all of our social media platforms. So, Genelak, question number one to you. What's a better feeling? Finding a super expensive, awesome card in your childhood binder or opening your old Game Boy to see the last team you used in your playthrough?
Oh, dude, that's hard because I just did both of these things recently. Like, I found my childhood collection, so that was fun. But I have to say, there's more content, there's more time, there's more memories to the game than any single one card. You know what I mean? Like, I just did a post on this where I pulled up my Pokemon Yellow that was still in there. It still worked. And I went through who was in my party. I saw who I'd caught on my Pokédex. I still didn't have Venusaur. I'd beaten the entire game, and there was no Venusaur in my Pokédex entry. It was still chilling at Ivysaur.
How is that possible, bro? You
We've
got so far, and you're
we
missing arguably one of the greatest Pokemon from Gen 1.
we've talked about this. I didn't run what was good. I can't even remember what was in there. I loved Nidoqueen. I loved Arcanine plus Charizard. You had to rep the double fire. Didn't matter, right? Like, I love Raichu. So, yeah. What about you? What's your answer to that question? You're going to choose the cards, right?
Oh, absolutely not. No, I think everybody our age or similar to will choose the opening your old Game Boy
Yeah.
or opening your console because, was it cool opening up Pokemon cards, 25 years ago? Absolutely. But the problem is I don't have so many structured memories around the Pokemon cards, right? I remember opening the packs, right? But I opened up my childhood binder. I found, the holographic promo Palkias and Dialgas from Diamond and Pearl. I found like the Crawdon EX, the Wailord EX, all from Sandstorm in the beginning of the EX era, and some Skyridge Hollows. But I
Nice.
don't remember,
Yeah.
opening the packs and pulling that. Whereas I open up my old Game Boy and I turn on Fire
We
Red or
grind
I
them.
turn on Blue. Oh yeah, and I can go through and be like, oh my God, I remember it like my opened up Crystal the other day, and I was like, dude, this is amazing. I can't believe that I
Yeah.
hadn't evolved. God, who was it? Pupitar, right? I was like, I completed
Oh,
the
yeah.
entire
Puppetar? Yeah.
Pokédex, and no, oh my God, cut that out. No, we talked about this. Don't bring that
My
into this
boy
podcast. Okay,
Puppetar?
leave that mispronunciation back in the last episode, buddy. But yeah, I 100% think you have to go opening up your old console here. There's just no contest. Moving into question two, would you rather know who Ash's father is or have X-ray vision for the next 5 packs you look at?
This isn't even close. This is Ash's father. This is one of the great
Really?
mysteries of the world. Yeah.
Hmm.
5 packs? Who cares? That's $25. You're trying to tell me that you're not willing to spend
No, whoa,
$25?
whoa, whoa, wait a second. I'm going to tell you my plan right now. Would I love to know who Ash's father is? Yes. But what I am going to do is I'm going to call the Loose Packs company and I'm going to say, hey, show me some of your first edition base set packs here. You're guaranteed heavy and put 5 of them in front of me. And let's risk it for the biscuit, baby. Let's
So
find the
you're I
Charizard.
mean, that's fair. That's fair. So what you're
Yeah,
doing there is you're saving yourself some money. I don't care. I don't care. If I was the
that's
only
fair.
person who knew who Ash's father was in the world, do you know the amount of content you can make? Now, I don't know how you prove that you know. That's the problem. But if you're telling me,
See?
if I could prove to people that I know, like if that's part of this like prompt, it's like, yeah, like
Nope.
you know, and everybody knows that you know. That's the thing. Then I would choose that.
No, no. I think this is just going to be, and they literally just say the name. It's going to be like Oak, like Jimmy Oak. But that's all you know. Or it's going to be Giovanni, right? That's it. There's nothing else
what if
behind it.
it's
No
a name we've
substance
just
behind this.
never heard?
Then yeah, then that's it. That's all you get. You just get a name for somebody that we have
You know
never
what?
met.
I'm convinced that they never made the lore about Ash's dad.
I'm convinced they literally just wrote his dad into dying in war and then just didn't want to
And that was it.
follow up on
Yeah,
that.
they did.
Yeah.
There's no Easter eggs or nothing. It's just like, yeah, Ash's
Yeah.
dad left, died at sea, and that's it. And like, I don't know why the Pokemon Company decided to do it that way, but there was no. I don't think there was ever.
They thought it'd be more compelling for 10-year-olds. Yeah.
Who knew? Yeah, like deadbeat
You know
dad
what's
syndrome
crazy?
goes deep. I guess I don't know.
Well, that's what's crazy is that one of the most famous 10-year-olds on planet Earth grew up without a dad.
Just shows you can do it.
Wait a second. What?
It shows that you could be the greatest trainer of all time without a dad. What do you mean? It means
You're right.
you could fulfill your dreams without a father figure. That's what Pokemon's trying to teach everybody. Okay.
That's the lesson behind Pokemon, ladies and
Yep.
gentlemen. If you guys didn't know already,
If you didn't know,
that is the go-to.
that's what they're trying to get across the table to you.
Wow. Okay. Well, you heard it here first, guys. Don't forget, you can do it all without a father figure. Moving on to question 3. We're not gonna stay on that topic. Agree or disagree?
Ooh.
If the Gen 4 Pokédex was swapped with the Gen 1, Pokemon would be just as successful. Oh, dude. 3, 2, 1. Disagree.
Hard disagree.
Yeah.
That's not even close.
There's no way.
That's not even close.
Ouch.
Gen
And
4
that feels bad, man. Gen 4 is that is a wicked Pokédex.
Yeah, but
it
that's
feels
like
bad to say.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't because okay, everybody listen, I agree with you. Gen 4 is an epic Pokédex. I agree. The starters are great. Infernape, Torterra, and Empoleon. We've talked about this. The legendaries are great with the creation trio and all that. But here's the thing. It has like 30% less Pokemon. That's not that big of a dex. And half of that dex is just building off of Gen 1. Isn't that the dex that has like Magnezone, Electivire, Magmortar, Tangrowth,
Mamoswine? Yes.
So you don't get if that's first.
But here's the deal. No, but here's the deal. Yes, that was first. But if this is Gen 4 becoming the new Gen 1, right? Like we don't.
You
have
can't
the
give them
bias
Gen
of
1
understanding
Pokemon.
that Magnemite.
No, you can't give it to them. That they're members
Yes,
of
you
Gen 1.
absolutely can. It's a part of the Gen 4 Pokédex.
No, that's not. No, that's
Yes,
not the
because
new.
okay,
Gen
so you're telling
4
me if somebody
Pokédex.
were to compare Gen 1 to Gen 4, you'd be like, we can't compare the Electabuzz because Electabuzz was in Gen 1.
Electabuzz is a Gen 1 Pokemon, not Gen 4.
Yes, but it's still in the Gen 4 Pokédex. You can't just erase it.
Yes, you can, and then you just make baby Pokemon. They've done that.
No, oh my God. Okay. Either way, we agree that the answer is disagree. Okay. But
our reasonings are very
arguably,
different.
Gen 4 has a goated Pokédex.
You know what's so funny? Only you and I would find a way to disagree about agreeing.
Yeah.
We're over here like, yeah,
It's
you're
worth it,
right,
though.
but you're stupid about it.
Your argument sucks.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's how this is a great podcast. We are the ultimate content hack, right? We are unlimited content because you and I, that's so funny. Yeah, I agree. Gen 4 is a great dex. No, you could never replace Gen 1. It just wouldn't work.
Is there a Pokédex that could replace Gen 1 and still made Pokemon as successful? Is there a single Pokédex? Do not say Gen 5.
I was about to say black and white, maybe.
No.
Just because you had the
Disagree.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't. There's
No.
something about. Here's the other thing I'll say too. The reason I don't. Gen 4 is the closest, right? You got Garchomp in there. You got a lot of good stuff going on, right?
Nope.
But
Disagree.
I don't think that. I don't think there's anything better than Gen 4. Maybe Alola. Like if you wanted to start with the island stuff.
Am I just a Gen 3 stan?
Oh, with Kyogre and Groudon
And Groudon
and
and
Rayquaza.
Rayquaza, Jirachi, Deoxys, Metagross, Salamence? Am I missing
Swampert.
something here?
Maybe. Maybe that's the
No, no,
closest.
no, no, maybe. I would say Gen 3, if that would have been the first generation of Pokemon, yes, Pokemon would probably still have
I don't
been
I
as successful.
I don't know, man. Like I think about like the unsung heroes. I think there was something about the simplicity of Gen 1. You know what I mean? Like
No, I agree. That's why it was so successful. It was so relatable. You had Pidgey, which was
yes,
a pigeon. You had
Snorlax.
a rat, Rattata, right? Like, and Voltorb, it was the Pokeball. Absolutely. It was so successful because it was so relatable. However, I think Gen 3 probably would have been received just as well because of the Pokemon like
Let me
Rayquaza,
ask you a question.
Deoxys. What's up?
Who replaces Pikachu in Gen 3? That is the franchise.
Ooh.
That's what I'm
Who
saying. Like,
replaced
so you're
Pikachu?
you're talking about you'd have to have a new franchise mascot, right?
Yes, you would.
So who are
Hmm.
you picking?
And oh, dude,
Because you and
is it bad that I want to say Breloom?
yeah, kinda.
I mean, no, that's not the real answer, but Breloom is goated in any
I
Gen
know you
3
love Breloom.
playthrough. Oh, dude, it's amazing. But if it's not that, it can't be Zangoose, right? So would
No,
it be?
it's
Wow, dude, I
that's
don't
what I'm
know
saying. I
what
think
would back Pikachu.
you have to put some
Hmm.
respect on Pikachu's name.
You do. And actually, I'm super curious about this. I'm gonna look this up real quick and just look at the Gen 3 Pokédex and see if there's
I don't
because
know.
there's no way. Yeah, I mean, come on. Who would you say?
I don't. I think that's what makes Gen 1 Gen 1.
Is it Pikachu? Okay, so Pikachu, I mean, we're looking at yeah, I mean Aggron, Manectric,
It's like it's
dude,
not gonna happen.
uh, it's not gonna be Flygon. I mean, yeah, Zangoose was as
You
close
need
as,
that cute,
it
lovable
would be.
Pokemon that has the output of a million
Flail.
volts.
Yeah,
I'm
wow,
telling you.
dude. I mean, Metagross, the
There's
the
only
Reggies.
one.
No,
There is only
there is
one
no
Pokemon I can think of,
what?
but it's not in Gen 3. I I think Snom could have done really well.
Oh my God. Okay, okay. Now, disregard, disregard. If dude, okay, so like Nuzleaf maybe
No, because
because it has the Shiftry.
that's a middle evolution though.
Pikachu is a middle evolution.
Oh my god. Pichu didn't exist yet.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Pichu exists
Can you
currently.
imagine Nuzleaf over everything though?
That's pretty funny.
That'd
That
be
would be really
terrible.
funny.
Be terrible.
No, that would be pretty good.
No, you need those
I
bright, vibrant
What about
colors.
Sableye? What about Sableye? All the
I
kaleidoscopes.
again, I think it's harder to market, right? Like Pikachu is so
Yeah.
cute, it's so lovable. Like it's I don't know. The only thing that can
Yeah, there is not a single Pokemon from Gen 3 after looking through the whole Pokédex.
yep,
There's not a single one that would compare.
there you go. So
Wow, that's crazy.
I don't think they could do it. I also think Gen 4, the other problem with Gen 4, real quick going back to that, I don't like the idea of introducing the god of Pokemon in the first generation. I actually liked that it came later. Cause like the whole like power creep is gonna happen. So
Mhm.
like if you start out with Arceus in the first gen, yeah,
Yeah.
you're kind of SOL there.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish they never introduced Arceus. Hot take. I wish Pokemon never introduced to us Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina. From a standpoint of
That
like,
is
you
nuclear
no, because
hot.
you're
That is a wild
dude.
take.
I I'm telling you, I love these Pokemon so much, but you're talking about power creep. As soon as you
That
introduce the
is
gods, now you are just like, oh, hey, let's bring this interdimensional space being that is, Eternatus, and you're like, what the hell? Like now
listen.
everything gets so,
You
and then you
can't.
got Terapagos that travels dimensions between future and past, and there's just so much going on now that I'm just like, it's like Call of Duty. It gets
I
to a
mean,
point where there's so much going
Celebi
on that
did
I
that
get
too.
burnt out.
Celebi could time travel.
No, no,
Jirachi makes
no. Celebi
wishes.
time traveled. Celebi did not go between dimensions. sells me just time travel. That is completely different than Giratina opening up a dimension to the underworld and Terapagos traveling interdimensionally while coexisting in the same timeline to bring Paradox Pokemon in. As soon as you introduce the Paradox element, dude, you lost me
I
completely,
got a
right?
question.
But again, I know that's a nuclear take. I think that Arceus and them should have been introduced in like Gen 7. Gen 7, Gen 8. I
I
think
thought you were
Gen
gonna say
4
Gen
was
10.
was well, I mean Gen 10 too would make the most sense, but Gen 4 was a little too early for that to be introduced.
Now here's my question:
Okay.
do you think that Arceus could break out of a Master Ball?
Yeah, absolutely.
How could you say
Do you
that?
not think Arceus could break out of a Master Ball?
How could you say that so casually?
What do you mean? It's Arceus.
It's a Master
It's
Ball. I can't believe. I
I,
mean, Master Ball catches everything. Mewtwo, everything.
it, but it's Arceus. Are you misunderstanding who this
No,
Pokemon is?
no. That to be clear, that's an avatar of Arceus.
Exactly.
Just to
So
be
are you
clear.
you're just catching an avatar of Arceus. You're not actually
So I have a
catching
question.
Arceus.
Are you
Whereas when you
excited?
capture Mew,
Are you going to be
am I what?
excited or unhappy when we meet the real Arceus?
I don't want to meet the real Arceus. That is like if somebody offered me the chance to meet God
he
in a
doesn't
not
want.
funny way.
He
If
doesn't want
like
to
we
meet
walked
it.
out of a bar and somebody's like, "Time to meet your maker," I don't want to do that.
You don't want to
Like,
throw down like have to like fight your way through all of Arceus's avatars and then you go head to head with the Arceus and your lineup is like Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina together. It's a
no,
three
dude,
on
because if
one.
I'm being if no, no, because if I'm being honest, there's only the one thing that I absolutely hate about TV shows and movies and elements like this is
He's gonna
if
want
there is
anime
a
rant here.
supreme or no, if there's a supreme being, if there is a god or a supreme being in fiction or whatever that is omnipotent, all powerful, it should be just that. Like nothing that you do should affect them
he's
in any way. Like my
he's
no, so I know this is a bad tangent, but any of my Supernatural fans, I hated Supernatural's ending when they're like, "Oh yeah, Chuck
spoiler alert.
God is going." Yeah, okay, sorry, spoiler alert. Where Chuck God is going to beat them physically for fun, and then Jack is just going to like absorb all this like God power, whatever, and then become the new God. No, that's stupid. God is already omnipotent, all knowing, all powerful. Like
This
it's
is
not
like
that. It's
it's
sorry.
like solo
I'm just
leveling.
I don't like that.
It's like solo leveling with what happens with him too. And again, I'm not going to spoil that for
Yes.
people, but like, let me put it this way: I've read the manhwa. What like solo
Yeah.
leveling gets wild. Like if you think what's going on right
That's what
now,
I'm
like it
saying.
gets wild. So I agree with you. Anyway, that was a
Yes.
huge tangent. What's the next question?
Yeah, that was crazy. I can't believe we went that far. Okay. Next question is, what do you think tastes more delicious, a dugong or Walrein?
Ew. Honestly,
Uh,
I don't think either of those would be particularly yummy because it's a seal and a walrus, and I don't think either are known to taste good. They have a lot of fat but like I'm gonna go.
dugong, 100%.
I'm gonna
That
go
thing's
with
got to be
dugong.
delicious.
I'll go with dugong as
Yeah.
well. I just walrus doesn't taste good. No one. I've never heard
You
that
had
walrus.
walrus?
No, but that's the thing is I've never heard of anybody ever eating walrus.
See, but I mean, we've heard of Eskimos, and them, or we've heard of Eskimos eating seals.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying.
I'm a
Yeah, and
yeah,
and
dugong.
orcas, killer whales are pretty smart, and I think they prefer
Yeah,
seals. So we'll go off of
they do.
the orca palate.
Yeah, I think dugong is a very acceptable answer.
Now, what do I think would be the most delicious? My boy, I love him to death, but Lechonk be tasting good.
Why would you do that to Lechonk? It's not
You
Lechonk, dude.
know,
It's
okay. Oink Loan would probably be aged just right. Let's put it that way.
no, dude. There's only one Pokemon that I just want to.
What are you
This is
about to
gonna
say?
sound
What are
weird.
you about to say?
I want to. I want to taste Miltank. Miltank. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
You can't say that.
Why not?
You just
You
can't.
asked.
You can't. I mean, I get it. It's beef. I'll say that. I do love beef. I like pork more. No, I like beef more than pork actually. So
You like pork more than beef?
no,
Oh God, no.
I like beef more than pork, but my wife loves pork. Loves. Is there a shrimp? Oh, dude, like clawlitzer. That's a big lobster tail. Let me
I
tell you,
love that.
that's a big claw. There's a couple out there. Maybe
Mhm.
we'll do like a short series or a ranking. We'll do a tier list video for you guys of the best
The
tasting
most
Pokemon.
delicious. The
Yeah.
most
Comment down
Ooh,
below
I'm
if you
in.
want to see that because we're starting new uploads this year where we're doing like 20 to 30 minute videos as well that are going to be like short challenges and stuff. Maybe that would be a good one for that.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
We got to do that.
Okay.
That's easy.
All right.
Okay, moving into our last question of the podcast, actually taking us into the remaining topics of the podcast. Agree or disagree?
Yes.
Tag will revolutionize grading with automated grading machines or in-person
Oh, I've seen
facilities.
these. Yeah, I've seen these. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Dude, yeah. 3, 2, 1. Agree.
Agree. Biggest agree. This is genius. This is this is the smartest thing I think I've seen in the grading community in a long time because they're
Mhm.
effectively what they're saying is they're taking subjectivity out of it. And they're
Oh
proving
yeah,
it.
God, yeah.
And they're going to prove it to
Yeah.
you because they're going to put the machine there. They're going to have you prep it. Now the funny part will be, and then it'll probably be cheaper. They're not going to charge you $20 a card if you're doing the labor, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
So,
They're gonna charge. Well, I mean, let's be honest. They're not gonna charge $5 a card. They're
no,
probably gonna charge 10
10,
bucks a
10,
card,
15,
right?
yeah.
But the turnaround they
Is
said
zero?
is
Well, not zero.
they were like,
Like an
no,
hour?
they said the turnaround was gonna be like 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
Still, 30 minutes to an hour per card, right? These machines are gonna get backed up. Let's be honest, and it can't just
oh,
be the machines that are doing the grading, right?
100%.
But could you imagine going and taking 20 cards, dropping it off at the machine, prepping all of them, and putting them in a a card counting sorter just for you to go back in 8 hours
I would
and they're
love that, dude.
all
I
done?
would actually love, and most stores are gonna want it because you could just go
Oh
shopping.
God, yes.
You could just go
Yes.
shopping. You go up to the counter first. I'd go grocery shop. Stick it in a Fred Meyer. I'm serious.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, do it
In a,
because
oh
that's
my
where the
God, dude,
Pokemon.
put it in all your local card stores?
It would go. So yes, I think it's genius. I would love that. I think it would revolutionize the game. And we just had JFKC on, and he just did the funniest video about vendors. And I love how
Mhm.
I had a hot take about Charizard's overhated. I
Yeah.
also think tag fandom is overhated. I think
Yes.
it is so mainstream. Anytime somebody says I like tag, they're like, "Who paid you? The tag glazer." Bro,
Mhm.
get over yourself. Who's your favorite? And if you say PSA, I just think you're a shill. Like I don't know what else to tell you.
I am one. I can say this confidently. I am one of a dozen people that get paid by Tag as an affiliate, as a
Yeah.
registered affiliate, and I mean, it's like what's funny is nobody calls me a shill because I was one of the first people that was like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna send stuff up to Tag," and I still get questions about it,
This
right?
is
And it's
all
like
tag. I did this like a year ago.
it's crazy. I can't wait for everybody to wake up and be like, you know what? Vendors and high profile people in the community are really the only ones that are ruining like the graded card space,
Bro, you and
right?
I,
Because
we've talked. Oh my gosh, I agree with this so hard.
collectors pound for pound enjoy Tag, and the people that are hesitant to admit that are the people that are still holding on to the financial
100%.
value.
100%.
Mhm.
You and I have talked about this, and I think it's like TCG Vault on TikTok. I've seen a lot of his content too, and he talks about it all the time. I'll tell you right now, Tag, Ace, BGS, CGC, those are the companies that collectors like because it's fast turnaround time, so you get it in case. The slabs look good. They don't cost an arm and a leg. And honestly, raw. True collectors love raw cards. You can put them in binders, like they're easier. They're just as easy. You throw them in a top loader binder, or you throw them in a top loader. There's top loader displays. So honestly, this might be a hot take. I honestly think the biggest fans of PSAs are vendors, number one, and then investors, number two. And I think vendors. Actually, I have a question for you. You've vended many, many times. I've actually never vended before. As a vendor,
Yeah.
How many sales do you make to other vendors?
Ooh, how many sales? We'll go a percentage of my sales to other vendors. Dude, I
Not
want to say
quantity,
like
too.
a
We're
third.
talking like total revenue.
I'd say a third.
Right, that's what I'm.
I,
So 33%.
I'd say easily a third,
Yep.
and that is slabs. I would say the majority of that is slabs, maybe sealed, never raw,
So that's what I'm
never.
saying. So if you think about it, the vendor community buys off each other all the time, right? They're doing deals all
Yeah.
the time. A lot of the content we see is actually vendor to vendor. I don't think people realize that, but a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of the guys going up to high end of heaven, the guy that's doing the $100,000, $200,000 deals, 90%
Oh
of the
yeah.
time, those are vendors doing that. So I
Yeah.
truly believe vendors are the ones that are pumping PSA, pushing the narrative. And if vendors decided, why don't we all just go to Tag? Tag's value would skyrocket because the value is
Dude,
vendor
no
to vendor, and then the
question.
vendor is going to
Mhm.
work with high end customers very infrequently. That's what does it.
Well, I mean, we're seeing a little bit of the charge, and this is always shout out to Deep Pocket
Deep
Monster,
Pocket
dude. I
Monster, his
love
last
the
what
fact that
5 videos?
he loves tag for his personal collection, and I mean,
Yep.
I think if he were to, get into vending, right? Or he were to have a table, right, that is
Oh,
just
he would
Deep
carry
Pocket
Tag.
Monster exclusive,
Yeah.
I would say he'd predominantly have tag. And I
Yep.
don't know, his feelings behind PSA, but all I care about are his feelings behind tag, and it's the fact that he used tag one time and now he has used it several times. And he has obviously enjoyed it. And dude, I'm telling you, I will never stop using them, no matter what anybody says,
Nope.
because there's a reason that we use them, and we've already said it, and I'm not going to repeat it.
Gives us the data, baby. Yeah. No, I think Pat Flynn is a genius. We've talked about him a lot because he is our goat, right? He is the Michael Jordan. I think he's hit the highest
Yeah.
peak of any
Oh God, yeah.
creator ever, right? Like Leonhardt had his time in this, and Pokerev did too. I just don't think any of them ever reached the heights that Pat Flynn has. What I'll say about him
Oh
is he's
God, yeah.
done a very good job of staying greater agnostic. So what I'll say is, so because at Card Party, I went to Card Party Seattle. There was a PSA. PSA was there, right? Tag was
Oh yeah.
also there. So he has PSA cards. He has Tag cards. I haven't seen any SGC or CGC. I think he is
Yeah.
predominantly a PSA, Tag, and Beckett guy, which I get. That's how I am too, right?
Yeah.
But probably in reverse order. I'd probably go Tag, Beckett, PSA. But you and I have talked about it. I think there are certain cards that look better to PSA slab, right? Like we've talked about my Arcanines. I like red cards in in the PSA or the vintage cards.
I'm
It
glad you.
just makes sense. So, but that's the thing. I was talking with a really good business friend of mine, right? International businessman. And I was explaining to him the whole grading situation. He found it fascinating, right? Because there's a lot of money involved. And one of the things he didn't
Yep.
understand is how there could be such a huge variance in graded companies. He said, that just doesn't make sense to me because at a certain point, the grades are going to be relatively similar. So
Yeah.
Tag can never be worth that much less than PSA because if it was, people would take the Tag slab, crack it, and submit it to PSA. Therefore, everybody would have that idea. Therefore, people would be willing to spend more on the Tag slab to try and do that exact action. And I thought to myself, like, holy crap, he's right. At no point in
Oh
time
yeah.
will any vendor or any grading company ever be worth double or triple unless that grading company is quite literally that much better. But even then,
Mhm.
dude, if you go find an Ace 10 and you could buy it for half or a quarter of the cost of a PSA slab, I'm going to go buy that thing. And if I don't like Ace, I'll crack it and go put it in a slab I like.
Yeah. Oh God, dude, I've got half a dozen ace slabs that I probably need to crack and send to PSA for the sake of value, right? Like one of them's the alternate art Rayquaza VMAX
Yeah,
from
and
the Evolving
I bet
Skies.
you have a
I bought that
90% hit
card.
rate.
Oh, dude, I mean I've got that in an Ace 10, and it sells for about $1,200, maybe $1,300 in an Ace 10, and I think in a PSA 10 it sells for like 1,800.
Yes,
You
you're
know, so
making. Yeah.
yeah, it's in my best interest to crack it and send it to PSA to be graded.
And that's the thing is this comes back to supply and demand. And if more people wanted Ace, the price of that would go up. So
Oh yes,
that's the difference there. But at a certain point, people are going to start figuring out the cracking game, and they're going to be like,
yeah,
"Dang, I should like." There's going to be margins to be made here, and eventually that's going to make
yep,
the Ace slab creep up, even if they don't like Ace. Purely the
yep.
resale value of that card in a graded slab is going to bring up its price.
Exactly, dude.
It's
And well,
interesting.
so we were making mentions about slabs getting cracked
Yep.
and about some high,
Oh,
we'll say not yeah, I'm not gonna
I know
say
where you're going with
high
this.
energy people. We'll
I
say
know where
high
you're
energy
going with
people, high
this.
profile. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all didn't see, and I don't know how you guys couldn't have seen this, but old Ken Golden, that's his name, yeah? Correct me if
Yep.
I'm wrong.
Ken Golden
Yep, old
of Golden
Ken Golden
Auctions.
of Golden Auctions is working with Logan Paul to, well, I say working, right? He had a
Ooh.
certain stake, right, with Logan
How
Paul
can you own?
regarding the PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator, and he took it upon himself as the auctioneer while this slab is at auction to go direct to PSA and get it reholdered. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hold on to that word, reholdered. Okay. And he called Logan Paul and gave him the announcement. Said, hey, man, check it out. You know, we got it reholdered. Man, that slab looks beautiful.
Yeah,
Right?
look at that new PSA slab.
Check it out. It looks great. He said a key phrase. He goes, I did not want the new owner to feel like they had to get it reholdered. Okay. Again, reholdered. I
Reholder is
was
a
blown
very
away
key
at this.
word.
Very key word. I was blown away by this. And Genelak, I want to ask you your initial thoughts before I continue. What are your thoughts on the situation? Because again, this is a high profile card that apparently Logan Paul has turned down a $10 million offer for because he, for some reason, thinks that this card is going to surpass $10 million at public auction.
It's it's complete nonsense and it's all a marketing scheme. It's complete nonsense. PSA probably paid them to do that. Like Logan Paul is a genius businessman, right? You gotta remember this guy is the king of like the whole NFT scams too, and like bought an island so that he could avoid taxes. Like the guy is smart. I won't say that I don't know him personally, but his virtues have been in question many times in his career. And I'll just say, I don't understand owning stake of a card. That doesn't make any sense to me. A card is a card. This is not a business or like an asset of that size. Like, how do you share it? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what they think they're going to get out of this. I could see them completely pulling the card too. But the funniest part to me, I have never in my life tried to do a reholdering because I've never seen the option. I I don't know if it's possible. My understanding is if you send it in, they regrade it.
It has to be regraded.
I, am I wrong? Like, or is that not the case?
So I have not checked the terms and conditions as they may have been updated. The last time that I had sent to PSA because I, needed to get a card re-slabbed, right? It had to be regraded. And this is because I bought a slab off of eBay, a PSA 10, and
Yep.
it arrived
Yep. Okay.
cracked.
Yes, I
And
remember this.
yeah. And the guy was like, hey man, I'll reimburse you basically shipping and the cost of resubmission. And I was like, resubmission? What the hell? It should just be reholdering, right? And he goes, no, dude, it has to be regraded. And I was like, and I threw a fit. It's like, dude, there's no way. You sent me this card in a PSA 10. You're telling me that I have to get it regraded. What if this doesn't come back a 10? I just paid you for a 10. And it turned into this super big thing.
Yep.
And PSA was like, hey, we have to regrade it. Just send it in the original slab. Luckily, it came back. It's still a PSA 10, right?
Now here's the
Uh,
thing. Why do you think that? Why do you think Logan Paul's? Why do you think it's such a big deal that it was not regraded?
because it's not a 10. Publicly, I will state that guys, and I want you guys to check this out.
It
There
is
is a
not.
gentleman out there, I can't remember what his name is. He currently owns a Tag 10 Pikachu Illustrator.
The best
Ladies
in
and
the
gentlemen,
world, baby.
I have seen the scans of this card. Everybody that knows about this card has seen it because you can look it up on Tag's website. Wow. Oh wow. That
Yeah.
is a good looking card, right?
Yep.
It got a well-deserved grade. And when you look at the scans for Logan Paul's Pikachu Illustrator, it's the same stuff, guys. The card's off-centered. There's whitening on the back. There's some edge, I mean, some
You
bad
got to
edge
remember,
work on
well,
that
and you
bad
got to
boy.
remember that boy is an old cert. That's a real old cert. So
Well, and it was
that's under the
submitted.
old regulations too.
Yeah, and I'm almost certain that, and we talked about this previous episode, that the card had been resubmitted like 10 times or something goofy,
Yep.
right? And it came back a 9 every single time. And
Yep.
then as soon as Logan Paul gets involved, it becomes a 10, right?
Well,
Like,
I don't know if that's like I thought he went and flew to get it because it was a 10.
but that's what I'm saying. He bought it as a 10, right? The problem is it got regraded as a 9 multiple times. And then as it's being worked that he's going to fly out and buy this PSA 10
Oh, I
copy,
didn't know the timing was that close. I didn't realize that it became a
it,
10 basically right before he got it.
that's how I understand the story. I
That's fine.
could absolutely be wrong, guys.
Yeah.
Like let's be honest here. But from what it was told to me by a trusted individual was that
Hey,
it became a 10 within the time frame of his purchase.
that's
And
great.
let's not act like Logan Paul doesn't know the CEO of Collector, right?
Oh,
Or the
of
or
Collector's Universe? I would not be surprised
yeah.
if Logan Paul didn't own a share of Collector's Universe.
But that's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
right?
I
So
wouldn't be surprised.
there's and whether it's through, random shell companies or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is, as you said, a genius businessman. But anyway,
Yeah.
guys, again, we go back to this reholder thing, okay? It just cracks me up that he said reholder and Logan acting like he's shocked. Ken Golden did not go do this by himself. Okay? Let's be honest. The man
Yeah,
did not
you think
say,
you're
"Hey,
gonna
let me
take
pull this."
a $10 million asset and make a massive change to it, putting it at risk without talking to the owner first?
Yeah. Well, and I'm
That's
sorry,
like
man.
me. That's
I'm a bad actor. I know Logan Paul's a bad actor.
Listen, that's like me being your real estate agent. And without
Yeah.
telling you, I remodel your home. I'm like, hey, look at this. It's a new
Mhm.
house. Beautiful, yeah? And you're like, oh
Yeah.
my God. I can't believe you did this.
Bro, I would be super pissed as like if I was the winning bidder right now. I have no idea what that highest bid is at. I'd be super pissed if I bid $7.5 million for this card, but I wanted it in that slab, and now it's in a new slab, whatever the hell, right?
People
But I
are,
wanted it
this
as
is,
that copy.
I want to be so clear on something. A true collector is not getting their hands on this card.
No, absolutely not.
The owner of this card, this is a complete flex situation. This is nothing other than I want to own the most expensive Pokemon card in the world. That's all this will be to whoever buys it. And I'll
I mean, the
say,
majority, dude, you've seen this. I mean, it's probably going to go to an individual from China
oh,
because
100%.
China is refusing to let the wealth, a part of that country, leave the country. So they're doing it through collectibles.
1000%. That what's that billionaire that just dumped what 250 to 300 million in Pokemon cards? This
Yeah,
card
you
would
saw
be
that. Okay.
this card would be nothing to him. Like he would
Mhm.
gladly go grab this for 10, 20, 30 million, right? And
Yeah, as long as it moves.
I think that's what Logan Paul's betting on. I'll be honest, I think it's a safe bet. I think Logan Paul's a genius. China is the
It's a
second
great bet.
China's the
It
second
is
largest
a
economy.
genius.
China's the second largest economy on the planet. And they're trying to keep
Mhm.
their money in house. But they can't keep
Yep.
it out of the Pokemon cards, right?
Yep.
So the second largest economy in the world has been stifled for so long, and Pokemon is a viable outlet. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of money go into the hobby, a lot. That's
Yeah.
why I think
Here-
personally, I was just interviewing Megan Psyduck at Maximum Card or not Maximum Emerald City Card Show, and she loves the simplified Chinese. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
listen, they get exclusive artworks. It's the second largest market in the world. So yeah, I think there's a chance. That's why that Mew, I think the sky's the limit on that simplified Chinese stuff. That like that's why I grabbed this. Right, I grabbed this as fast as I could. I think this was not cheap. I think I bought this for like $900.
No,
And
you bought it for 680.
I can't even remember. You would know because I got really mad because I spent more than I wanted to.
Yeah.
I think that's the bottom. I think Chinese simplified as people in China figure out how to get their hands on Pokemon cards, and people in the rest of the world figure out, oh, China's playing now. Yeah, it's a whole
Yep.
different ballgame. Pokemon Unite,
Oh, yeah.
which is one of my favorite games. I haven't played it in a while because time and Z to A. Pokemon Unite, China's market is, guys, chat, listen to this for a second. China is such a large market, but they have such strict regulations on games that the Pokemon Company decided to create an entirely second version of Pokemon Unite just for China.
Yep.
There are two Pokemon Unites. The Chinese game and everyone else in the world. That's crazy. And people in the Unite fandom were pissed because obviously the dev team was divided, so the game wasn't getting enough updates. It was really struggling because so much time and money was going into that Chinese version. So if I'm trying to give you guys some context as to the gravity of the situation here, of what it means for China to get involved in something. It's gonna be crazy.
Dude, and that's why I have to go on record. And we are famous on this podcast for giving credit where credit is due. Logan Paul's a genius. You know,
100%. Say
if
what you
we
want
can
about his
figure this
morals.
out,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. If we can figure this out, right? You know, Logan Paul figured this
Oh,
out a year ago.
year
He's
ago.
been
2
coordinating this
years ago.
sale for a while because, I mean, the guy's obviously got connections overseas. He probably saw this problem that these Chinese billionaires and conglomerates were having, that he was like, you know what? They are making a play for Pokemon. Why don't I just put this up to turn my $5.3 million investment, which granted, it wasn't all his money a part of
Yeah.
this, right? He only paid like half up front. But if it sells for anything over 10 million because he thinks it can sell for that, right? I mean, he doubles his money. You know,
Yep.
the guy is, or not doubles. I mean, he quadruples his money, right?
Yep.
5x, whatever you want to say.
He
I
has
mean,
to pay out
the
his
guy,
shareholders.
he does have to pay out his shareholders. But I mean, come on, with the MetaZoo BS and all that stuff that happened with NFTs, does he have to? Does
No,
really?
that's what I'm
Does he
saying. He
have
might
to?
not. You know what? Say what you
Yeah.
want about Floyd Mayweather, but Floyd Mayweather is the one guy who Logan Paul couldn't fleece in a business deal.
Yep. God, you gotta love that guy. I still,
So
that
funny.
is still one of my favorite memories is watching Floyd
That
just
is
get his
so
bag.
so funny. No, I
It
agree
was
with you though.
amazing.
Everybody kept talking about the fact that Logan Paul was selling because the Pokemon market is crashing, and I could not disagree more.
Yeah, I think
Logan
he's selling
Paul.
because he realized. Sorry.
No, I was saying Logan Paul's a businessman, and we say it on this channel all the time. Buy low, sell high, right?
Mhm.
So if the Pokemon market was crashing or already crashed, Logan wouldn't be selling. No, 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 no. He knows. He knows that Chinese market is popping. The anniversary's coming. It's going to be right as that deal ends. What do you know the ending of the deal date?
It is scheduled to end on, get this, February 15th,
The day after Valentine's Day.
day after Valentine's Day. When is the announcement of Pokemon Day?
When? Is it 28th? 26th?
It's I think it's near the end. It's near the end of February, right?
Yeah.
But still, this is exactly what you said. People that think that the Pokemon market is crashing are out of their freaking minds. And if they think that Logan Paul is bailing from Pokemon
No.
because of this move, they're wild. They're wild to think that. The
Yeah.
guy would only follow what is going to make him the most money, and that is selling this right now to make a play somewhere else.
Yep. and he's gonna, Ascended Heroes is doing really, really well. Who knows? He'll probably dive into One Piece. I do think there's a really high. Everybody knows it. We've been
That is
saying it.
so funny.
We know it. We've been saying it on this channel for a long time. I want to be very clear. You could go watch early episodes of this podcast, and we were correct. I love to. There's nothing I love more than being right. There's nothing I love more than being right. You could pull a God pack or you could be right about something, and that's a close tie for me, honestly. God, I love being right. Well, I wouldn't know. I've never pulled a God pack.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I've never been right.
That's a bar. Dropping bars. No, so yeah, I think, I'm very interested to see how this all pans out. I do think Logan Paul will get more than 10 million because of everything we've talked about, and good for
Wait
him.
a second. Just for the clip farming, agree or disagree, Logan Paul will get more than $10 million from this public auction of the Pikachu Illustrator card. 3, 2, 1, agree.
100%. It's public, dude.
Yeah.
He could go do it himself. That's the thing. He's got really powerful friends. There's billionaires in China. Like, yes, he will make this happen, right? Even if he has to back pay somehow, it's all for the story. He's getting more than 10 mil for that card, one way or the other.
Dude, I don't even want to admit that his $10 million offer was real because I just don't want to believe anybody.
Well, you don't have to believe him. It's just going to happen. It might not even be real. Right? It could be the largest. It could be the largest example of market manipulation we've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, okay. So now, if this card, let's say this Pikachu Illustrator sells for $15 million, what would you value the tag copy at?
30.
Okay. All right. Realistically,
30.
and don't tell me that was realistic. Realistically, what do you think the tag version is worth? If this one is worth 15 million, what would you put as the tag premium?
It's worth more, dude. It is. It's a tougher grading system. It's a cleaner card. We've all seen the scans. It's rarer in the sense that, yeah, there's only one PSA 10, there's only one tag 10, but there's a whole crap load of PSA 9s. 20.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I will give it a market premium of 20%.
I think 20. I think, yeah, you throw 20% on there, and so I think 20 million. It would probably be very fair.
Yeah. Wow, dude. Oh my God. I wish there wasn't so much dishonesty behind this card because you are taking legitimately a piece of history, right, and attaching a financial value to it when it's not a true copy. And this brings me to my next question, buddy. Should you buy the grade or the card?
I think you should buy the card because why would you go buy the grade if you don't like the card?
What I'm saying is I don't mean like the actual version of the card. I mean the cleanliness of the card, right? So if you look at a copy, say you're looking at the Magikarp illustration rare from Paldea Evolved.
Sure.
Right? You're looking at a PSA 10 copy and you're looking at a PSA 9 copy. All right. The PSA 10 copy goes for $1,000. The PSA 9 copy goes for $200. And the 9 is cleaner. You notice a speckle whitening on the back of the PSA 10 copy, right? Or you notice a little edge wear. But you see the PSA 9 is clean. What are you going to buy? Are you going to buy the PSA 9 that is significantly cheaper, or are you going to buy the PSA 10?
I'm going to buy the PSA 10. Well, it depends on what I'm doing it for. Right? So
it's just you. It is just you with no other outside influence.
I would buy the PSA 10 because I'm a PSA 10 collector. Mm-hmm. And I would not want to take the risk of cracking the 9 and resubmitting it to get a 10. I don't want to.
Okay, so if you bought the 9, you would more than likely resubmit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is gonna sound autistic, but the 9s look so ugly to me.
The number 9 looks ugly to you?
Yeah, and I don't like 8 either. Like,
you
genuinely,
don't like 8? You don't like the number 8?
No, if I collected PSAs, I've said this before actually. I would either collect PSA 10s or PSA 7s.
Wow. That is, dude, I thunderstruck here.
I would skip the 8
Because
and the
seven's
9s, but
my favorite number, but like I I do like the number 9.
no, I think it looks weird on the
You think the
slabs.
9? What do you think about 6 then?
It's the messed up version of 9.
Or is 9 the messed up version of 6? What are you
No,
talking about?
so I think 10 looks the best because it's 2 digits and it just looks clean on anything. A tag, like again, we're getting into like number preference here, but like I like 10 out of all of them. 10 is number
Yeah.
1 for me. Then 7,
Yeah.
as I smack my mic, I'm very passionate about this. 10 is number 1. 7 is number 2. Then I'd probably go like, if I'm going just numbers, I like 4. But the problem is when you start buying PSA 4s, they're pretty beat up. I also really like the number 1. But PSA 1s, see, you start to get to the problem, like where they're just beat up. And actually,
Here,
PSA
okay.
1s are rare.
Let me tell you this. My top 5. Top
Okay.
5 numbers are top 5 in the way that I would collect
Yeah.
PSA cards. Okay? PSA 10s is
Yeah.
not, well, I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands.
I like
So
10s.
PSA 10 is number 1. Okay? PSA 9 is number 2.
That's ugly.
Yes. PSA 5 is number 3.
So you're making fun of me for 7s, but
That's because 5 is almost a perfect number.
7 is your favorite number.
I'm not done. Will you stop interrupting me?
No.
Then PSA 1s is number 4, and then PSA 7s.
Yeah, so like again, if
That
we're
is the
going off,
order in which I would collect PSA graded
if I
cards.
wasn't a PSA 10 high baller, which I kind of wish I wasn't, I would collect PSA 7s. Dude, the population count is the highest. Have you ever looked at pop reports? 9's the biggest population.
Yeah.
Because everybody be submitting trying to get to the 10, and it's just not quite enough, so they give you a 9. There's very few 7. It's hard to get a 7. It's like, crap. I need to find the most average looking card ever. Like, is this just the right amount of off-centered to get my 7? That's so hard.
You're right. You are correct about that. You could just put a little mark in it. You could just take a card and put a little pen
But
mark,
that might
little dent.
drop it to a 6.
You're not going to be able to judge the perfect between 6 and 7.
Bro, that's the problem. Like, this came back. Do you know how
I hope
happy I would have
somebody
been if this
thinks about
got a
6,
7 instead of a 6?
That's crazy that they
I
got
would have been
6, but
I would have been
guess.
so stoked.
Okay,
I still
so
don't
did
know
you
why I
answer my
got a
question?
6.
Did you tell me which one? You said you were going to buy the PSA 10, yeah?
I would buy the 10 because I'm lazy. I would not want to crack it and resubmit it and wait 8 months for a 10. That's a complete convenience thing to me. Time is money, baby.
Okay, so you're right. So is someone wrong for purchasing this PSA 10 Logan Paul Illustrator versus the PSA 9 copy that is currently out there?
No.
Okay.
No, especially because they know it's not a 10. It's double great. It's like, I still get that 10 slab even though that's clearly not a 10. So no, heck no.
Okay. I wanted to make sure because I saw this somewhere on social media, but somebody was like, I would never buy this card. I only buy graded, like when I'm looking at graded cards, I buy the card, not the slab. And it's like, you are so damn dumb.
I bet you
that doesn't make
that
much sense to me.
I bet you that person's net worth isn't even $1 million. I bet you that person, I promise you.
I will tell you who it was offline. So that way you're not like, oh shit.
Okay, so that is over $1 million. Maybe, never mind then.
It is over $1 million. Yes. The person that said this has a net worth of over $1 million easily.
I don't get that line of thinking though.
I don't get it either. It blew my mind. I was like, who the hell? Why would you buy the card and not the slab?
Now hold on. I kind of get it, but I don't agree with them, but I get it. It's the whole it's the purist in somebody. You know, you'll go talk to old heads about basketball and how they don't call the travel nowadays. or
No, God, no.
you know what I mean. So that's a purist thing. I think that's a purist thing. So I can appreciate that. I think I appreciate that opinion. It's not the opinion I have, but also maybe this person has $100 million, so they don't care about whether the card is a 10 or not. I don't know.
That's fair. You're right about that. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad to understand. I'm glad I know now what your preference would be. I was just I was shocked, right,
Well,
to
what would
hear
you
some
do?
of
Would you
this.
buy the 10 or would you buy the 9?
I'd 100% buy the 10.
Yeah. Okay. So you're in the same. Okay, you're in the same boat as me.
Yeah, I mean, come on, let's be honest. I'm buying the grade.
Well, yeah, especially since you vend. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this isn't even just from a vending standpoint. This is from a collecting standpoint. I just told you what I collect, like
Yeah,
in order,
tens. Oh, okay,
right?
honestly, now, hot question, hot off the presses. What if they did a 1 in 100 scale?
Whoa, you talking like kind of how they do for games? How CGC
Yeah,
grades
you go like
games?
1 to 100, where 100 is the perfect. You know what the most expensive number would be, and it ain't 100.
Wow.
You know what it is. It's just about 30 less. Add 1. That's all I'm saying. Everybody be that
You're
collector.
right.
Everybody would be that collector. And 77 would go
That's fair.
hard.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think
What I
99 would look
collect,
sick.
I think 88 and 77 would look dope.
That's what I'm saying. It's just that
Yeah,
extra
99 would look dope.
there's just a little extra visual effect to it cuz like how let me put it this way. 1 to 2 digits is doubling the numbers, but 2 to 3 digits is just adding a third. You know what I mean? Like you're getting double the numbers, baby. People are going to think we are so not sober.
Dude, I don't know if I am sober. You got me cooked over here. I feel like I'm hammered.
Do you understand what
I'm
I'm
about to feel
saying?
about,
You got 1 digit,
yeah.
9. Double it, you got 2 digits. 10. 10 is 2 digits.
18.
No. We're talking about digits, damn it! God! We're not talking about the actual numbers! I can't do this with him. I don't even know if he's messing with me or he's being... Honestly, guys, it could be a 50-50 shot as to whether he's messing with me or being serious right now.
You guys already know which one it is.
They don't, because I don't think you know.
I don't know. Anyway, you're talking about doubling 9 and somehow you got the 10.
No, you know what? Forget it. Forget it. We would both buy the 10. We're moving on from that topic. We're moving on. I have another thing I want to talk about actually. Good Lord.
Okay, what is it?
I can't do words. Monday night.
That's
Why are
fine.
we doing this, bro? Monday
I don't
night.
know.
You guys need to understand how much we love you. Good God. I'll be tired. Shinies without a gimmick are kind of stupid.
That has to be top 5 dumbest things I've heard in
Nope.
the last week.
Nope.
No, seriously, dude.
Nope.
What did you just say to me?
It's gotta
You
be.
said
Listen.
shinies without a gimmick are.
Yeah.
What do you even mean? What do you mean by that?
Listen, man. You got the art of the shiny has evolved over time. Like the Fido shiny, it makes it look like it was well baked. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's like, oh, that's a doughy dog, and we cooked it a little extra, and that's why it's shiny. That's genius. It's genius.
Not everything looks like a roll of bread, dude.
No, I know, but you could build upon the lore of the design of the Pokemon. Think about like Magikarp going gold, so he's a golden carp. Like that makes sense. Gengar not going white, everybody can agree, is the dumbest thing in the world. So they fixed it with Mega Gengar because he's a ghost. So it doesn't make any sense. That's a gimmick, right? It fits the design, it fits the niche.
But not everything has a gimmick.
What you mean? It's all based off something.
Okay, you've seen a golden koi fish like Magikarp?
I own one.
You own a gold koi fish?
I mean, he's not perfectly gold, but yeah, he's a golden koi. I named him Jin.
Okay. So, oh my God. Okay, so what is your gimmick for your blessed boy Charizard?
Black Dragon. That's a thing. It's a play on the fact that he's not a dragon. That's hilarious.
You've got to be fucking with me right now.
No, that's funny. It makes sense.
What? No. How does that give
Hold
it a
on.
gimmick?
This is why I have such a problem.
What would your gimmick be for Arcanine?
He doesn't have one. That's why it's stupid.
So what gimmick would you give to him to not be stupid?
I don't know. I need to look up the background of like the beasts that he is and see if there's like a little spin-off story.
Sucks.
No.
What you're telling
You
me.
just it's a higher I'm over here. I'm mind maxing, baby. You don't get it.
Dude, you are on a higher plane of existence right now.
People in the comments are gonna get it. I promise.
Your spiritual pressure is so high, it is undetectable by me.
Bankai.
Yeah, dude, this is crazy, bro.
Dude, Bankai,
I feel like Aizen in his
that video
final
needs
form,
to end with the
you
Bankai.
are Mugetsu Ichigo.
That video,
I can't even attest to your spiritual
the
power.
short form needs to end with that Bankai, to be clear.
That was pretty good. I'll give it to you. That was pretty awesome. Dude, okay, hey, real quick, what Pokemon name would be your Bankai name?
Oh, like I have to pick a Pokemon?
Yeah, pick a Pokemon to be your Bankai name.
Hold on. So you got to remember, the Japanese names go so hard.
Yeah,
they go so hard. Like Kangaskhan.
I don't know Japanese.
Kangaskhan is Garura.
So would that be your Bankai?
No, you know what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
Lizardon.
I'm not okay.
Hey, what's Blastoise in Japanese,
so
Mr.
lame.
I'm a super Blastoise fan?
I don't care, no offense, about Japanese. So it doesn't matter. If I wanted to, I could say Bankai. Blastoise. Like, I don't know. What do you want me to do?
Oh my god, he knows how stupid that was. That's the best part. Oh, you gotta go with the Japanese name.
Japanese. Yeah,
you gotta
English
go with
doesn't
it.
work.
The Japanese sounds better. Bankai Garuda Lizardon. It's like, yeah, that's awesome. I just said Kangaskhan Charizard, but that don't matter.
It doesn't make any sense, buddy. No sense made whatsoever.
Hey, you're the one who came up with that prompt.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
That was a good Hey, listen. Like, Bankai, that was solid. But here's the thing. Everybody talks about the big four and the anime and which one's overrated. Dragon Ball, Bleach, everybody, Naruto. Naruto's the overrated one, just to be clear. However...
No, it's not. Whoa. Cut the shit. There's no shot you just said that. Oh my God. Bro, I'm going to fume.
Up here at the top, the pinnacle, the Godfather is Dragon Ball. Let's be very clear. Came first. It set the boundaries. Goku, Godku. That's my boy. Next, okay? One Piece. It's the best storytelling in all of anime. After that, you got Bleach with the greatest art styles. 1,000 Year Blood Arc was fantastic. Then after that, you got Naruto.
No, you and I are no longer friends. For the remainder of this podcast episode,
you're trying to tell me that is cooler than Bankai.
First and foremost, okay, my problem is with where you placed One Piece.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm sorry, dude. And here's the problem. I still need to watch One Piece. Okay.
You want to watch it together?
Oh yeah, I would. I absolutely.
You want to start it? We'll watch it. We'll screen share like this, and we'll watch each episode together, like we're snuggling.
I think that's a great idea.
Because neither of our wives are going to watch it.
Because I haven't seen it.
Let's be honest.
Nope.
Too long.
One Piece. I will give it a shot. Right, but I don't think my feelings are going to change because I've been a Bleach and Naruto stan since I was a kid.
I got to Arlong Park and I still wasn't that interested, and everybody told me, like, if you're not that interested by Arlong Park, it's probably not going to go well. But anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
I had a point to prove here. Besides Naruto being overrated. We're starting a new series. Scout. Overrated Pokemon Edition. But your category is pseudo-legendaries.
Wow. Overrated? Yikes. Oh, who do you have? Give me a second
Oh,
to think about it.
you're gonna turn it back on me?
No, no, you know what? Okay, overrated pseudo legendaries. Oh my God. Is there
It's tough.
it like Komodo is the only one that I can think of.
No, you're not gonna like my answer.
Oh my God. Are you gonna say like Metagross?
No. Very warranted rating. Shiny in the anime, Steven Stone's boy, only steel type. No. He deserves where he's at. He deserves all his praise. But there's one out there that has a terrible typing. It's horrible typing. Okay? And it's one of the most beloved Pokemon, but it's only used in one very specific tech. And I'm sorry, but it's Tyranitar. I think he's the most overrated pseudo-legendary. What?
Oh,
Who are you
oh,
gonna say?
that's crazy. Oh,
Because you
but
okay, like who's the
I
big
mean,
the
you
big
might be
ones?
honest. I don't think anybody likes Baxcalibur, which I think is
But that's the
appropriately
problem. So he's not.
warranted.
Yeah, he's not
So
overrated.
yeah, so he's not overrated. Dragapult is just so good.
It's really
It's
good, but it is
just
new.
so
I
good.
would
It's
accept
it's
Dragapult as an answer because it's very new. It hasn't done a ton.
yeah. Even so, I think Dragapult has earned its flowers in
Okay.
both the anime, the TCG, and the VGC.
All right, keep going. I know how you
So
feel about Hydreigon.
I no, dude. I mean, I think my answer. No, yeah. I mean, I think it's got to be Hydreigon. Like before fairy typing, Hydreigon was the biggest threat, and then fairy just came and bulldozed it, bro.
Yeah, but fighting always existed for Tyranitar.
And it was still that popular. And like as soon as fairy typing came out, everybody's like, nah, dog, Hydreigon,
Is
bad.
Hydreigon even that
Tyranitar,
loved though? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, okay, who are the big pseudos?
mm,
Dragonite,
okay, that's right.
Garchomp, Metagross, Tyranitar. I would say are the big four. Dragapult sneaking in there. But like Salamence like isn't like widely regarded as like a top 3, top 4. Neither's Baxcalibur. Neither's Hydreigon.
Okay, what about Haxorus? Hmm.
Not a pseudo.
Yeah. You know what?
Not a pseudo.
You're not gonna you're not gonna like my answer.
No, you can't say it.
If you're gonna go for the top four, you're not gonna like my answer.
You can't say it. He's the OG. He's got a mega now. No. After all the things he does in the anime, multi-scale.
Overrated
No, you're wrong.
Dragonite.
No, you're just saying that to piss me off. No,
Overrated
you
is
don't believe
Dragonite.
that. You don't believe that. No way. You do not believe that. I named so many reasons why he's not, and I know you agree with me. It's Titar. It's your boy. You know it's your boy.
I don't
He hasn't
think I
done.
can accept that it's
Tyranitar
Titar.
gets dog walked by a Onyx in the anime. Dog walked. Gets sent over the moon.
Okay, first it was over a lake. All right.
By a
Careful.
first basic evolution Pokemon, to be clear.
That's a stupid ass argument by a one stage evolution Pokemon. Okay, I'm sorry.
Whack.
Snorlax. No, it's got Munchlax. At the time, no, wait.
It's
it was
Titar.
Tyranitar that was Gen
I
2.
think it's Tyranitar. And to
It
be
is
clear,
Tyranitar?
I love Tyranitar, but he's got a crap shiny.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, I changed my answer. It's Garchomp.
Oh, I'm gonna let that one sit. No one's gonna agree with you there. Garchomp is no, yeah. There's no way. I think it's Titar. The only thing Titar has going for him is Sandstream. If it wasn't for Sandstream, he wouldn't even be relevant in VGC. He's terrible in Pokemon Go, except for as a rock raid attacker.
I'm gonna just let him have it. I'm gonna let him have it. There you go, buddy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's no better way to end a podcast episode with a Genelac win.
Than being right.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, his favorite thing.
Yep.
Don't forget that.
Correct.
But once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pokey Scout.
I'm Genelac Gaming. And this
is
Critical
Hitz. You guys have a very, very lovely night.
Take it easy, y'all.